Hello, everyone.
Wandermongers.
We're Wandermongers. We're still Wandermongers. Well, we haven't been doing a lot of riding. We've been a lot of chilling. So that's all good. We survived the hailstorm and the winds, and
Our neighbors did not. They had
Yeah,
damage,
some of our
broken
neighbors.
skylights and stuff.
we did not. Yay! No dings or dents on the truck either, so it was all good. After the wind settled down, we decided to pack up and travel on to South Monticello Campground and
Elephant Butte State Park.
Yeah, Bruce has been calling it Elephant Butt all week.
Yeah,
And we've been here several days.
it's
and,
nice. Big. Lots of room. Big campsite. We could put 3 RVs in this campsite.
It is a huge, I have another video of that. Well, we found out Elephant Butte and Truth or Consequences are just about 15 miles from here. And they're both very small communities, so they kind of share a lot of things, like a Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got the motorcycles out, and we had a 70-degree day. We're gonna go riding.
Hers wouldn't start.
Well, that was first of all. Mine did not start. It had a dead battery. Probably the alarm system again. But anyway, we trickle charged it, and
I did not trickle charge mine. I rode it 30 minutes, and
it seemed to be fine.
yeah, it was fine.
He was fine. And so we decided, okay, when mine started and
The next day,
the next we're decided we're going to go. We're finally getting out and about in this wonderful area. So we head towards Elephant Butte, and Bruce needed cigarettes and I needed gas. And anyway, his motorcycle started after the cigarettes, not after the gas.
well, she got gas, and we stopped, and I got cigarettes.
I
And
was
then
trying to simplify this.
we went to another. Then she said, "Oh, we're going to Silver City. It's 100 miles away." Oh, well, if we're going to Silver City, I need gas. So we stopped to get me some gas,
Yes.
and
And that's when it did.
it wouldn't start.
He had no power
Nothing.
at all, no power. And I don't know why we make things difficult, but we pulled all the plastic, or he pulled all the Tupperware off of the
Seat.
Had to take the seat off and pulled all his
For some reason, I
Tupperware
looked
off.
under the ignition switch.
And-
I don't even know why.
And he learned where all the
Relays
fuses
are, and all the fuses, and
relays
checked them
and-
all.
And finally, he checked the battery and dawned on him.
It was
That's
6 years old.
gotta
The
be
battery
what
is the
it is.
original battery, 6 years old. Good chance it was foobarred, but I never would have thought that it would go perfect, nothing. I figured it would have some
did.
kind of diminishing return, but it didn't. It just worked and worked and worked until it didn't.
Yeah. So luckily, when he realized it was more than likely the battery, right next door, just up the hill, was a Walmart, and I called that Walmart and asked if they, by chance, carried motorcycle batteries. They do. It was awesome. So I grabbed up his battery on my motorcycle, went up there. They tested it, and it was definitely goner. And so $110 later, we had a battery that would work great. He installed it, and it started right up. No more problems. So we spent the next 30 minutes putting everything, all the plastic back on.
Mm-hmm.
But it was great.
I was a tired puppy, though.
Yeah, so we really didn't get any riding done because by the time we went through that ordeal, the long process of figuring out that, oh, yeah, the battery, the most simple thing. So we do make things difficult
Usually
on
is the
ourselves.
simple thing.
Yeah, we make things difficult. But anyway, we did get to ride to Elephant Butte and back. And then yesterday, we were expecting a Wii Boost. We ordered a Wii Boost for the RV
From Amazon.
and
Save $20.
we heard that, well, all you have to do is have it sent general delivery and it's all good. What we didn't know, we'll learn, this is a great learning process. What we didn't know is UPS does not recognize post offices. We
Or
didn't
vice
realize.
versa. The post office
Yeah.
won't accept.
We did not realize it was
UPS
being
package.
sent UPS, which makes perfect sense. We should have known, but we didn't. Again, we make things difficult. But we thought it was going to be easy peasy having it sent general delivery to the local post office, which not. We got a call saying it was undeliverable and that it was being returned back to the hub, which was in Socorro, which is 70 miles away, and that we could pick it up there. So we did. So we went ahead and went 70 miles north to Socorro to pick up the package. And we still had to wait on it. So we went and visited their local Walmart. Apparently, there's a theme going on here. We end up at Walmart a lot. But we did get the package, and we came back. Now, let me tell you about the Wii Boost. Let me leave it up there for a couple more minutes. A second.
Can't say it's too far.
I don't really care. I don't really care that much. It's a Wii Boost. Most people know what that is. In the evenings, we tend to get a not great signal. And it's okay, but not great. And other places, we've had terrible signals, absolutely horrible, frustrating signals. So we thought, well, this would be great. One thing they don't tell you on this is it doesn't improve a good signal. So we happen to have a good signal today, and it doesn't. Matter of fact, it
Makes it worse.
It makes it worse. It gets confused, and so it sends out a lot of conflicting information. So it gets worse. So you make a good signal worse if you happen to have a good signal.
That's a great way to spend $500.
So maybe that learning process is not over yet. I hope we get that part of it figured out where, it would. In the evening it might work, because in the evening we seem to have a worse signal. Let's see, what are some of the other learning things we've done? I said in another video that the AeroPress was a lifesaver. We found out we really liked this gadget. Like I said, it was a kind of a fad.
Gag gift or something?
Well, not a gag gift, but it was a fad. Just a gadgety thing. Several years ago. I don't know. But you put a small... Do I have one? Oh, I have one. You put the little disc filter in here, and then you twist it back in there. You put a spoonful
Scoop of coffee.
of coffee in there. You put boiling water up as far as you really want. Stir it around with your paddle.
Watch out.
After you stir it, you set this on top of your cup, and then you just plunger it down really slowly. And it probably won't fill up your cup, but you just add the boiling water that you still have to fill up your cup, and it makes
The best coffee.
a really good
The
cup
best.
of coffee.
Really
So
good.
who knew that this little gadgety thing would make such a good cup of coffee? Again, better than the coffee pots. So we're we're kind of stuck on it even when we have power, which we do.
Yeah, it's really great. When we were, where were we?
Oliver Lee.
Oliver Lee State Park for a week-ish. No power. And we spent most of our day checking the battery level. And we ended up running the generator maybe 4 or 5 hours a day. It was crazy. Just to keep the batteries up. We never really got them up. I mean, they were up, but not the last 15%. So we're worried all night, depending on the temperature, is it going to be dead in the morning? Well, the system will shut off at 11.7 volts, something like that, before it's actually all the way dead. But you're not supposed to run lead acid or AGM batteries below 50%. So we're worried about it the whole time. Then we come to find out, after talking to the manufacturer of the motor of the fifth wheel, oh yeah, the generator only trickle charges the battery. So you're going to run your generator 8 hours a day in order to top off your batteries, which is foolish. It's, a lot of fuel for that.
Yeah. So we found out the hard way that the generator is not the best way to charge your battery. Yes, when the generator's on, you have all the power in the world. You can run air conditioners.
And it does charge the battery.
And it does charge the battery, but very slowly. And it's, like you said, next to impossible. And we've done a little bit of Bruce has done some investigating on that.
Yeah, the plan is we're going to get a 25 amp battery charger, plug it into a receptacle when the generator's running. Using that 25 amps, you can do 30% of the total amp hour battery capacity and not harm the batteries. So 25% plus the trickle from the generator, we ought to be able to charge our batteries 100% in a couple of hours. So that'll be really great for us boondocking next time. Hopefully. We haven't got the battery charger yet, but I have my eye on one.
Right. And we did find out that there's probably more Phantom
users
in the trailer than we can probably find. Your TVs. We found
well,
even
we know that's a big user.
The stereo in the toy hauler area would not actually shut off. It still had an LED showing and probably has presets. And I don't think you can just unplug it. So I took the face off. It's like a car stereo where you can actually clip off the face of it, and we can at least get rid of the LED.
The TV has a powered over-the-air antenna, which we can turn off.
Yeah. But it's an incredible amount of Phantom draws on the battery that...
Our system has about 112 amps of usable power when it's full. So we were operating for the week with about probably 80. Somehow, I don't know, the furnace draws power when it's cold out.
For the fan,
water pump.
For the fan and the water pump. We found out also on the refrigerator. I love my refrigerator. It's a big 4-door refrigerator. It's wonderful. But we were learning that on most RV refrigerators there is a moisture...
It's a heat strip on the door.
I forgot what it was called. But yes, it's a heat strip, and you can turn that off on most refrigerators, most RV refrigerators. There's a little switch inside the door, and you can turn it, the moisture control.
Not ours.
No, not ours. Ours goes all the time, and there's not a switch where you can turn it off. Of course, I had to read a stupid book like this to figure that out, that, ours does not turn off. So our refrigerator can probably pull 1.5 amps even when it's on gas, because it has a little brain that tells it to be automatic. That pulls a little bit, but mostly that that silly moisture control strip that we can't turn off. So, but I still love my refrigerator. It's wonderful. So we're just going to have to figure out how to keep those battery charged.
Yeah, we're going to buy a battery charger.
Because it's great. Gosh, it is such a learning process, and every bit of it. I'm gonna go. We bought this gigantic rug, one of those RV rugs where they're made out of plastic straws. I don't know what they're made out of, but it's wonderfully light, and it's I really like it. We don't use it because it's too big. So
The wind
keep
gets
that
under it, and it'll be
Yeah, and
rolled up
I
somewhere.
mean, you can't find enough rocks to keep that huge. I mean, it's huge. And so, yeah, I think if I had to do that one over again, I would have bought a much smaller, maybe an 8 by
6.
something. It's just gigantic, like 11 by 13 or
Yeah.
something. It's just way too big. We tried to half it at Lake Brantley Lake, and it just caught more wind, so that didn't work great. So, and tried to line it with rocks, and wind still found its way underneath it.
Every time you come outside, you're straightening the darn rug.
So, yeah, I would have chosen a much smaller rug, and plus it would have fit easier.
Easery?
That was funny.
Okay.
I get the idea. And the zero gravity, I'm having a really difficult time. The zero gravity chairs are wonderful, but we tend to get out the little light aluminum director chairs more, especially if we're only going to be there a night or two.
They're not so heavy.
They're not heavy, and I can get them in one pull out of there, both of them. The zero gravity are much heavier, and I'd have to actually struggle. So I don't want to struggle.
You don't have to.
I don't have to struggle, and they're perfectly comfortable. So we find that if we're gonna, only be there a day or two, we probably don't pull out the zero gravity chairs at all. But we still like them. It's just a little bit more effort, so we wait if we're gonna be there. It's been too windy in New Mexico to ever use an awning. Their awnings here are huge welded structures that, and that ought to tell you something. We can't even use the awnings on the RV, much less the pop-up awning. So it's just too windy.
And it comes and goes. It's not right now. It's not windy,
Yeah.
but later on it will be probably. So you never can tell.
Anyway, we really enjoy this area. We've had several beautiful days. We just seem to be doing other things every day.
Unfortunately, right now we went to a star party back at Oliver Lee State Park. It was very educational. These amateur astronomers knew a whole lot about the sky, and we've had these really great skies. But the moon is so bright that
You can't see the stars.
Yeah, you almost can't see them. It's
That's-
like daylight outside.
Very odd, but yes, the moon is very bright at night, and you look up wanting to see the stars, and you almost have to hold your hand up, to kind of take the moon out of your eyesight so that you can see the stars. But it's still pretty. It's very
nice.
pretty, and the sunsets are pretty. Just enough clouds in the evening to make the sunsets very pretty. And I still can't get over how large this pull-through site is. And again, since it's a New Mexico State Park, we're paying $4 a night with our pass for water and electric. And that's all we need. There is a dump station at the entrance, which, not very far. But
They have great showers, and so we won't be full after 2 weeks. We'll still have room in our holding tanks.
good hot showers with good water pressure. And Bruce took off the water regulator. Don't tell anybody, off our RV today. He is going to get another water regulator that will let him adjust the water and see what it is. It actually has a gauge on it to see if you actually need the regulator. We're finding so far that the water pressure is very low in the parks we've been to so far. And you put that regulator on there and it constricts it just a little bit more. And it makes me very unhappy. Somebody said I was spoiled at one time,
yeah,
but
you're spoiled.
I think I am. But yeah, I want some water pressure. It just kind of trickles out of the shower if I do take a shower in the RV, and just to fill up a pot with water.
You're waiting for the water.
Yeah, you don't want to sit there and hold it. I just set it in the sink and wait. It's just ridiculous. So he took it off today, and it's much better, and I'm happier. I'm still going to be taking a shower down at the thing because it's endless. I can push that button as many times as I want to.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, they were nice. Was there something else? Oh, our outdoor thermometer. Why didn't you mention that? We haven't been using it as much as we did in the beginning when we first set out. When we first set out, we had some very cold nights. At Lake Brantley, I believe it was. We had like a 19-degree night. It may not have gotten that cold, but it was very cold, and we were using our heater. But right before we left, I bought this battery-operated clock that has an outdoor temperature monitor, and we just did a command hook on the front door where the generator goes, and we hang the outdoor monitor there, and then it tells you what the temperature is outside. And I know our phones are real handy and able to do all of that, but you may have it set for Alamogordo or the nearest town, and it may be a little bit off from that, from where you actually are out in the boonies. So it's been real handy, and it kind of lets us know, well, when Bruce had to go disconnect the water hose a couple times at Lake Brantley because it did get down to freezing, and we didn't want to burst our water hoses or our filters. So he did go out and disconnect them and drain the lines, and our compartments underneath are heated, so that wasn't a problem. The guy next door, though, at Lake Brantley, Bruce was wandering around outside, and he says, "Did y'all's water hose break?" I think it was his filter actually that broke, but yeah, it froze, and he. Ours didn't because Bruce disconnected us, so that was all good. But the outdoor temperature helps a lot because he didn't have to go out there until it was. Yeah, we were pretty sure. Yeah, it's gonna freeze. So that was helpful, and it's all battery operated, even the clock inside. So that's helpful, especially when we're boondocking. We can still use it. So, real good purchase. I don't know. It wasn't very much, but Walmart special.
Yeah.
Again, the theme.
Walmart.
Walmart been very, very, very good to me. Oh, I don't know. Other than this beautiful place, I don't know. We're going to get to Silver City. We're going to. They have a brewery there. We haven't tried them all yet.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're going to do that, and we shall see. Anything to add?
Nope.
Nope.
Not yet. Not this time. Not at this time.
All right. Well, Wandermonger signing off then.